Hey junkers, it's a pony. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. I bought a car. Now, there's not a lot of information on the Mahindra pickup online, and some of it's in Hindi, which is cool. But this is stock, and it's a S6 model, or S6 Plus. Cab chassis, 4-wheel drive, comparatively cheap in Australia. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you a walk around. Must say you get a lot of car for the money. So this is basically going to be a first impressions. It's a Mahindra, so that's an Indian company. The spiel goes that they're the largest tractor manufacturer by volume in the world, and this is actually based on the Scorpio 4-wheel drive platform. They come in dual cab as well, and in Australia we have the tray rather than the tub style. So it's a very basic model. Its infotainment system is limited, to say the least. You sit quite high up, quite straight. There's a fair bit of space in the back. I'd say a good 16 inches. Trying to do this one-handed is interesting. The level of trim is basic. There's speakers in the door, which I was surprised. There's quite a bit of chintz on it, like plastic, aluminium looking hubcaps. I elected to have the bull bar or roo bar, depending on what you want to call it, but no tow bar, because I hate towing. Roo bar is Australian made as far as I know. Not sure. Might do the job, might not. Obviously they have to cut the bumper to fit the roo bar, but they finished it off with this, so that's alright. These are 245 by 75 by R16 wheels, and these are just highway tyres, but they're general grabbers, whatever that's worth. Nice little plastic locks. So it's drop down sides, obviously. One feature of this tray I really do like are these little tie down points here, all along, and they're actually kind of supported by these screws, which means you don't really ever have to use these tie down points. So you can imagine if you had a load and you wanted to tie it down, being aluminium, you can imagine there'd be quite a lot of stress on that. So that's something I do like. Curious feature, a non-lockable fuel cap. Okay. Road noise is actually quite good in that it's reasonably quiet. This is a 6-speed manual. Can't really see there. And a basic dash. Interesting feature is that depending on the load, depends on, well, you basically manually set this to adjust the level of your low beam headlights. So 0 is basically 1 or 2 passengers, 3 is basically a ton in the back. This model also has the remote rear vision mirror, or side mirror, sorry. Cruise control, but no entertainment and answering system. Well, it does have the system, but it's here. So it does have Bluetooth. And obviously 4-wheel drive, you can see down there. So I thought I'd take some measurements. Got my tape measure. It was basically impossible to find how big this tray was. And I was very surprised that it is, you can see that, that is, the internal dimension is 257, if you close the gate, say 2560. So that's around just under 8.5 feet. And the width is 70 inches, just over 5'10", or 1777. So not quite 6 foot. Now the ground I'm on is fairly even. So from the bottom of the tray to the top is just under a metre, just over 3 feet. Now the headboard is around about ask me in the comments if you want to know how tall the headboard is. It's really hard to do one-handed. Everyone pops the hood when you see a new car. Not that many people actually understand what's inside. Now, that is actually something you can do one-handed, because it has gas struts. Neat. So this is a 2.2 litre common rail turbo diesel. Probably a bit hard to see, but that bronze or coppery looking thing is the DPF. Right next to that is the turbo. Manual priming fuel filter. And a lot of other stuff I don't quite understand yet. But we'll get there. Nice big diesel battery. Well, battery for a diesel. Now another feature is the hazard lights come on whenever you lift the bonnet, which is cool, I suppose. Now, some interesting things. You can basically tell that the chassis has been basically dipped in a paint bath. So, I mean, it doesn't affect the structure or anything. You see there, paint runs. So obviously the fuel tank, was it? Yeah. I changed my mind about that. Anyway, that's basically the first impressions. You get what you pay for, and I think it's a good deal. Like and subscribe. I'm going to make some modifications, very conservative ones really, because it's basically a work ute. And but if you want to know any more measurements or any details that you can't find otherwise anywhere else, or they're difficult to find, just comment below, and have a nice day. Like and subscribe.